Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sonny Aigbe from A Boy and His Dream podcast. I have two special guests in the house today. To my left, see, I did it for a reason. I put everyone to the left. I cannot stay the same every day. I have to change situation. I always change. That change is good. I have to my amazing left here, José Santiago himself, an actor, model, and a chef. Come on. Welcome to the podcast, my Lord.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate having
you. You said what? I said, my Lord, because you are amazing, man. You have special skills that many people don't have. My extreme left, I have John Hall. He's a fitness expert. You guys understand, was in the fitness industry whereby we can't come together for common good. Everyone's always competing. I'm a fitness expert, yet I brought you to my show to talk about your skill set. You see that?
That's
so
a beautiful
unity
thing.
is what brings growth. Today, I want to thank you for even saying yes that you're coming into the show. Thank you for coming in, John. God bless you.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. So this episode's gonna be blazing, man. It's gonna be cooking, all right? So I'm gonna throw this out to you real quickly. Can you just tell us about yourself? I know you've done a lot of TV shows, you've done a lot of radio appearances, and you're here on the podcast today.
Yes. So I grew up in the fitness industry. Uncles, cousins owned gyms, bodybuilding. But I never wanted to be a bodybuilder. I was more about how the body moves. I wasn't really impressed with the fluff as much as the performance. So, I've done a lot of things. So I went to school, got a biology degree. Then I went to pharmacy school because I thought I was going to be able to change the world because I don't really take medicine. And I thought that if I got in there, I would be able to change the world, but they were like, no, bro.
It's hard.
Sit your little butt down. You ain't changing nothing. So, but when I finish, you'll see how the universe has brought me full circle. So I ended up being able to finish school. I ended up having to study under this professor who was tenured, who studied herbal medicine only. So I did research for him. So come full circle, and now I'm getting a doctorate of acupuncture and Chinese medicine degree. And I don't like to call myself a fitness trainer. I'm more of a lifestyle coach. Because at 58 years young, I shock many people.
Yes, you do.
But I also walk the walk. I don't just talk the talk.
There you go. I think you talk less of the talk and you walk the walk.
Yes.
And that brings me to this. You have so much value. You're so loaded. You have so much certification and stuff like that. And yet you're so humble. And what's that thing that's keeping you calm and keep you producing a higher level? And what is this that's driving you that is not driving our young generation right now? Especially, let's talk about African-American demographic. What is it?
Well, I just feel like I don't really like the spotlight. I don't really need to be flashy. Do I like nice things? Sure I do, but I don't like nice things for people to look at them and be like, "Oh, he's got this." I'm just here because I am a messenger to deliver a message. I'm a vessel, through my body work. I'm a vessel through my training. I'm a vessel through being on this podcast. I'm a vessel. I am just the middleman to deliver the message that the big man has put me on earth to deliver.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring my man here right now, José Santiago, real quick. You're an executive chef. You're an actor. You did some modeling in the past.
Business owner.
You're a business owner, an entrepreneur, a husband, a father, everything. And you bring a specific value to the community. So what is it about you that can help support our youth right now who are struggling on the street? What do you do? Who are you?
Well, it all comes down to the discipline. You have to be disciplined. My father was a Vietnam veteran, and there was things that I shouldn't have done, but I did. But I learned through my mistakes and the discipline my father gave me. What I think this society today is lacking is discipline. It takes a lot of discipline for me to go out with friends or cousins or at a networking events, and it takes a lot of discipline for me not to fall back into my old habits.
Okay, tell us about your old habit, just a little bit, so that they know you're an actor, you're a chef, executive, whatever. You're coming from somewhere, from the struggle.
I came from. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say my mom and dad, and no. I came from a great family.
Okay.
I came from a loving mother, an amazing father who I carry his name.
Then you made your own choices.
And what I did was I chose the street life.
Okay.
Street life didn't choose me. People say, "Oh, the street life chose me." No.
You chose them.
You choose the street life. It doesn't choose you.
Hold on. Okay, what was the fulfillment? Were you looking for a specific fulfillment?
Yes. Looking for respect. Looking for money. Chasing the dollar. Looking for power. Looking for people to fear me. Not respect me, but fear me. Because in our society, fear and respect, people associate those two things together. It's not. I learned later on in life, people really didn't respect me, and they liked me. They feared me, and that to me, that's what it was about then. But I think today, there is no more fear.
They respect you now.
There is no more respect for people out there. People see me now and are starting to respect me, and saying, "You were always a nice guy. So why? Why did you go down that road? Was it bad at home? No." It was great at home. Okay. My mother and father were loving parents. They worked their butts off, middle class. We were on welfare, and I said I would never have to pay for my food with monopoly money. And from that day forward, I chose the streets because that was fast money.
I appreciate that.
It hurts my parents. It broke their hearts. We didn't speak for years. I had to keep my business of drug trafficking away from my family so they didn't know I had family to hurt me somehow.
That's crazy. So my question is this. At some point in life, there was a defining moment. You have to turn your life around. So what was that defining moment? What was that story? Because I heard about that story as well. So magnificent. You know, they say you were a hero. So I want to hear about that story. The audience also want to hear about that story. If you can be brief about it.
Yeah, I'll be really brief. Back in 2012, Hammond, Indiana, there was a bank robbery at a local branch down the street from my mom's house. I was on my way there to help her do some work around the house. The old man wasn't around. He was in Puerto Rico with his family. She calls me. I show up. I end up getting caught up in the middle of an armed bank robbery where an officer was shot, wounded, and I jumped out of my vehicle to aid and assist the officer as he was shot and wounded. The guys ran away. One guy came back to try to finish the officer. He accidentally shot at me. He missed because I startled him, and he ran. I took chase after him, and they shot at me again. And I just kind of, you have that moment in your life when you know this is it. So I just closed my eyes, and I just let him shoot 6, 7 shots, whatever he did, at me, and nothing hit me. So you call it divine intervention. You call it, oh, you're lucky. Oh, there was somebody there. Because it wasn't my time. There was a bigger plan. There was a bigger plan for me, and I didn't know this. We get done. I follow these guys in a getaway vehicle. I help slow them down. I spin them out. I hit my truck against their rear end, and they spun out. Cops got us all. The bottom of the line of the story is my life changed somewhat that day. That was one of the turning points. Still in doubt that there was a God, because I believed in my drug trafficking. I was God. Still in doubt after that, but I ended up with the key to a city, being proclaimed as a hero, having the FOP's award for the Citizen of the Year, which is kind of weird because since the FOP and a lot of the agencies were looking for me for a long time. And I just kind of delivered myself to them in a silver platter.
That was easy.
Yeah, I said, here you go, I'm right here. And they said, oh, we got him. The story goes as there was nothing that they could do for me because the money was technically never missing. So I just asked for a second chance at life and to please whatever they can do to erase my record. And from 2012 up until 2014, I was a ghost. I didn't exist. So they kept their word. And I still was battling my demons, my alcoholism, my hard liquor, and my cocaine habit, and this was the turning point. And I'll let you go to him, and then we'll
I
come back
appreciate
to
that
it.
because let me go back to that real quickly because remember your alcoholism, cocaine, and drug because you were looking for power.
Yeah.
And the moment you put those things in your system, you become the Lord, and you feel that way. But people don't see you that way.
No.
And then see quite often that we feel as if we're superhero that we want to save people. Meanwhile, we're truly not a hero until we do something that's creatively affecting people in a positive way. We are not
Every day.
heroes. Yeah.
Every day.
And you also know that heroes are not born. Heroes are not even born yet. Every hero that you hear say that they're heroes, those are self-proclaimed heroes.
Right.
Heroes are not even born. The change that we want to see happen that's going to change the universe, those changes have not even happened yet. So that's going to take me to you. In the fitness industry, all we see is this. People coming against each other all the time. But fitness is supposed to bring greatness,
Yes.
happiness, true life, pureness,
Yes.
good life. But it's not happening in the industry. The people who are making the change in the fitness industry, they're just like 0.3%, 0.9%. They're not even up to the expectation. What can we do to change that behavior in the fitness industry? How can you help
Well, I think that
improve that?
just like you walk into the gym and we embrace each other.
True
you
that.
know, it's about embracing. It's about understanding that we all have gifts and there's nothing new under the sun.
True that.
We all are just putting our own little taste on whatever it is that we do. So why can't we help each other? There's so much opportunity for everybody. What do we need to fight about?
Well, many people don't know that.
Right. Especially me, if you notice me, when I walk into any building, it's love. Hello, how you doing? Whoever it is, hugs, handshakes, period. I don't care who you are. I'm not threatened by anyone, and I just think that we all need to understand that we all have a purpose, and the more that we gel, the bigger the purpose.
So what do you think is responsible for that behavior? Is it because the resources available is so slim? Is it because of so many of those experts are afraid that you might take away what they have?
I think it's fear. I think, first off, the world in which we live in is on the flight or fight response of life. The sympathetic nervous system is the one that's working. Fight or flight. Everything is about protection, move. I gotta, we need to scale back and get into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is a system that calms, shows love, peace. We don't execute that anymore. It's all fight or flight. And we need to understand that we don't really have control over much.
True that.
Even though you think you might.
Right.
We really don't have the control that you might think. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen whether you want to or not. My mom, when I was young, used to always say, you can't kick against the pricks.
True that.
So
you're indirectly saying that we should live in the moment.
Absolutely.
Whatever the universe has for you, it's going to happen anyway, whether you worry about it or you don't worry.
I have no issues with you being a trainer or anybody else being a trainer.
Or a superstar.
Right, a superstar without me.
He's a superstar.
I look at you and say, man, I like what you're doing, Sonny. It's an amazing thing. And you do the same. We respect each other. We can rub off from each other. That's
the way it is.
Iron sharpens irons, or it should be.
Those iron become even sharpened.
Yeah.
It's two-way street. It's not one-way street.
No.
When you think that you're the hero in the street, that's when you actually become not a hero.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to drop me to you real quickly. If you see what's happening right now, our kids are running wild in the street. The problem we have right now is not even for the government to solve. Mayor of the city right now can't even solve the problem. I think community needs to start taking the initiative and start stepping up. Parents need to start parenting their children. However, they're blaming on not having resources available. Children are confused, not knowing what to do. You are an actor. You are an executive chef. What advice you have right now to our children on the street on how to actually create the skill set that they have, and where should they go get these things? Why are they so bored? Come on, can you answer?
Well, that's a good question, Sonny, my brother, because I told my kids, I trained my kids. All of my kids can cook. Since they were babies. They were learning to cook then. My son, as you know, works for me at my construction business. He's my right hand. He's 23 years old this year. He started with me when he was 19 in my construction business. I put him to work. He dropped out of school. He said, I'm done with school and this. I said, okay. Well, you know what? There's only two kind of people in the world that end up in prison. Dummies and F-ups.
Oh,
Which one are you?
I never heard about that.
Oh, yeah.
before.
You can ask anybody in prison. Who's in here? There's only two type of people in prison. You're either a dummy or you're an F-up. What's the difference? A dummy doesn't know any better and got caught.
And
An F-up keeps doing it over and over, and it's repetitive.
It seems like they're really there.
So yes. So this is their lifestyle. They just keep effing up to go back into the system. Those are the F-ups. The dummies are ones like one and done. They got caught. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. And they didn't do it again, but they were dumb for doing it the first. See, there's a that's
dumb.
the ideology on it, you know.
Yeah.
But so my son, I said, so what you're going to do is you're going to work for me, and you're going to learn to trade. You're going to learn to build decks. You're going to learn to remodel basements, bathrooms, kitchens. We're going to build garages, barns, whatever it takes. You're going to learn working for me. And if you think you're going to make $20, $25 an hour, no, because you don't have a GED. What's he doing right now? He's in school to get his GED. The thing is, there are programs out there for these children. Yes, some of these programs are free, and some of them are costly. But I opened up my business to a lot of the youth that are in Porter County, Indiana, where I live, where the juvenile detention center was, where my son was being held till he was 17, and then let him out. And I said, now you're an adult. Anything you do, it's on you. You don't go to juvenile. You go across street to the county. And then if you mess up in there, you go downstate to the DOC, the prison.
I can tell you how that feel. I used to be a correctional officer.
Yeah, so in Woodsville. Yeah, I remember.
Can I interject for a minute?
Yes, please, talk.
I think that also we have babies raising babies.
There it
I
is.
was actually going to interject
There it
into
is.
that.
You
man.
know,
Talk
so
to
it's
us.
you know, a child having a child at a young age with no education and no values or any support, how are they going to raise children?
Right.
So they basically abandon the child, so a child ends up being on their own. And what do they develop? They develop communities of like-minded
In the streets.
because they don't have anything at home, and the parents can't offer that because they never got it. So it's a cyclical thing. Like when I was young, the neighbors, if I did something, they whipped my butt.
Yes.
And take me home to my parents, and then I get my butt whipped again.
Amen.
So it was
Then you're not going to do that thing
right.
again.
It was
Yeah.
a neighborhood taking care of the neighborhood.
So you're telling me that the same people, the same kids, are the one creating this problem right now, lack of supervision.
I think that
I think the
yes.
city has a big problem
Well,
in
the
our
city,
hand right
the
now.
city can't. The city can't stop anything because, first off, there's so much discrepancy between one side of the city and the other side of the city. You know, if you're living desolate with no food, or all you have is liquor stores and fast food and things like that, what do you expect them to do?
Bad behavior. And also, I'm going to dive into that. That's a whole new topic that I'm going to have to bring you guys back to on, man. Let's touch that real quickly. You know, I came home. Look, I don't even know who my father was. I grew up without having a father. I grew up without having acceptance. You know, I struggled from point A to point B, but yet I knew what I wanted. That was the choices that I made. All right, I knew what I wanted, and I wanted to create what I wanted. I knew I also wanted to bring my children to life. And then when I brought them, I knew I need to be responsible for them so that they can have a great path. Right now, they're getting moved to a private school. I want them to be set. So I want to break that generational cut.
Yeah.
So what can we do? What message you have to those fathers out there who are making those mistakes, thinking that the government should fund them, the government should help them? I don't think a handout is going to solve this.
That goes for
Those are
fathers
patches,
and mothers who believe that.
Exactly. How can we stop that generational
have
cut?
to.
But that's mostly it's more common among our community, African American, also
And the
Latinos. I mean, this is huge. And
I
we're
mean, I
not
got
being
5 kids.
Exactly.
So do I.
Okay, how are you raising your kids?
First off, I'm present.
I mean, wasn't the topic for today.
Yeah.
Since you,
That's good.
we're gonna go. I mean, when my boys talk
present,
about it,
I don't. First off, I don't believe you raise a child because you raise cattle. You don't raise children.
Right.
You become a support system to your children, and you offer them a perspective. But a child must be able to make their own decision. You're not that child's boss.
Right.
You're that child's guide so that they can become who they are. I'm not looking for my child to become who I am. I want them, they're here to be their own presence.
Right.
And they have a
They want to
specific,
guide them.
right, they have a specific purpose in
Yes.
life. Whether you know it or not,
It's
they
gonna
were
happen
created
anyway.
for a specific purpose. So I am always there for my children. I've always been there for my children, but I don't ever condemn my children. I'm always loving. I support them.
how do you correct them from mistakes? Because sometimes there's a purpose for every child, but if you don't guide them and not gear them towards that purpose, they're gonna stare
Yes.
out of it. How do you keep them in that direction? How do you even know the purpose of the child?
I talk to my children. I share with them some of the mistakes that I've made. That's for a different day. But I share,
for a 2-hour special.
right? I share
Bring me
with
McDonald's
them.
when you come in, so I can't.
I share with them, and then if there's something they're doing that's not acceptable, we talk about
Right.
it. Why did you do that? What was your emotions at the time? So we try to delve into why.
Oh, you don't just tell them what they. You
No,
don't just
I don't.
condemn them. You tell them why.
You cannot listen. God has
Can't punish without
seen
reason.
us in a multitude of mistakes,
Yes.
and is always
You mean
forgiven.
Janny?
Right.
Mistakes.
And always is forgiven and continues to forgive. And you can go and talk or whatever. I'm going to be the same way. I'm not going to ever condemn my children for what they do.
believe you.
I'm not happy with their decision, but I still love you.
You got to support them.
I believe it. Thank you so much. See, this just makes me happy. You see 3 different ethnicities just coming together. Whether you think you're black, I'm still different. I came from Africa. You came here not by choice. I came here by choice. So you're different. We coming here together as one entity because unity is what strengthens everything: emotion, growth, development, resources, unity. In the city of Chicago, the problem we have right now, one of the strongest problems is division, and there's no unity. And because of that, things are not being put in place. And some people love the chaos, some people don't. It's just unfortunate that the people that want to fix the problem are just minority as well. So slim, so narrow. I just wonder, what if we have unity? Do you think that things will be fixed? What if we continue to have a chaos? Do you think specific people who are benefited from it will continue to benefit?
Yes.
What is the problem of this? Because I'm telling you, crises create wealth for
Yeah.
people who are benefited from it. And then for those who are not smart, we'll never be able to know that. But I want peace. So
You wouldn't know peace if you didn't have
chaos. So
Right,
what can
so-
we do right now? Because what's going on right now, you can be walking on the street and get shot. We're going to wrap up with that because this is an episode segment. I'm going to have to bring you guys
yeah,
back.
absolutely.
You can be walking on the street, you get shot. You came from street. Street. I do. You can protect yourself. Many people cannot.
Yeah.
There's a problem right now. Some people cannot even, because of trauma, they cannot even walk on the street in the daytime because of fear of getting shot.
Yeah.
And people think that this is cool. It is totally unacceptable by me. I don't know if you accept it.
No, I don't.
that's-
So, what message do you have to those children right there? On a good day, I would have called them knucklehead.
Yeah.
But I called them kids.
Yeah. We gotta watch what we call them.
Exactly,
They might be waiting outside for us.
There's like, bro, you call me knucklehead.
Yeah.
No, you're not a knucklehead. You're just children who wanted to be loved, to be accepted, to be
Yeah.
hugged. What message you have for them right now? Because they can change.
Yes, anybody can change. I think
I know that.
the message that should be given is that you can be great, and we love you. I think a lot of kids don't even know what love is.
No.
They've never even felt love. Their self-esteem is low. They're scared. Most of the kids do things out of fear. You know, it's not like they're bad people. They just don't know any better. So if you start being more like, okay, you did something bad, but that doesn't make you a bad person. That's
Right.
just one little snippet in the beginning of a life. You know, you're not a bad person. You can do better. Let me show you. So if we were more open about, instead of being like, look at these damn kids. No,
Complaining.
No. Right. What about if we said, man, let's just go up to somebody,
Open up your hand.
embrace
Let
and say,
embrace
you
it,
know
yeah.
what? You're not a bad kid. You've made some mistakes, but you still got a big life ahead of you, and I can see you.
So you're saying everyone should mentor
Yeah,
a child.
I think so. Yeah, I think if you start telling children, I can see you, and I know that you have something greater inside you, you would not, you can't even imagine. I've done a lot of mentoring in high school and stuff. You can't even imagine how they start to feel inside. What do you mean, coach? I see the greatness in you, son. All you got to do is step into it. You don't need to be out here. You have potential. That can really drive a kid to change. But you gotta be sincere with it.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta feel you. It's gotta be a
they can-
relationship
yeah,
to
they
where you can feel.
Yeah.
You can't just be a preacher.
No,
No.
they can see through you. If you're
right.
not living what you're telling
If
them,
you're
they're
a
not gonna
preacher and
believe
you ain't a teacher,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of
Yeah.
preachers out here, but they ain't teachers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why we're not moving ahead. So for you, Jose Santiago, what message you have to these kids right now? I want a message of change, coming from where you're coming
Right.
from and to where you are right now. What message you have to those amazing children out there?
You know,
making
today,
decisions?
these kids, and like you said, we're going to call them kids. We're not going to call them anything else because apparently they get called enough things on TV and on social media and in the newspapers. These children out there, these kids, these teenagers, these adolescents, whatever you want to call them, I think they need support from someone. Now, I'm not saying go find support from some guy in the street or some girl in the street who's going to get you in trouble. I'm saying support from somebody within their family or a close friend, and guide them. They need guidance. Right now, they are running loose because they don't have a path to follow. I was one of those kids. I didn't have a path. I was all over the board. Now, I'm on a path. I know what my goals are. I know what my dreams I have to chase because that dream ain't gonna chase me back. I gotta chase the dream. When has a dream ever chased you back? Never. So if you got goals and you got a dream, and you can tell these kids, like he said, look, you got so much more to offer in life than hanging out in the corners and selling crack or selling weed or shooting people. You got so much more you can do. I can see it in just looking at you. You're a good kid. You're just doing the wrong thing because you haven't been taught.
Correct.
Everyone needs a teacher. And when you take discipline and stuff away and teaching from the people in school who do the teaching, the teachers, this is the result that you have today. They took it all out 20 years ago. No more discipline, no more paddling. Parents couldn't hit their kids. Well, welcome to 2023, the Generation Z or whatever they are now. This is your results of what the government did 20 years ago, stepping into personal family lives. But kids, you guys can be whatever you want. Trust me, I know. I was you, and now I'm a very, very well-off construction business owner. Very talented actor from what my friend Sonny keeps telling me. I don't believe it, but he keeps telling me.
Chicago PD.
Chicago PD, Chicago Fire. We got a Roman, a movie out on Amazon and Tubi right now. Roman, I play internal affairs agent. I'm a father of 5. I'm a grandfather of 7.
But you guys just keep
I'm gonna be
popping these
50
babies
years
out,
old.
man. 5 on 5, that's 10. I only
Yeah.
got 2. I'm
Great.
scared.
Oh, now we got 12. We got a dozen. And because we're all minorities, a dirty dozen.
Right.
I mean, one good thing is that you work hard to
Yes.
take care of those children. You didn't just abandon them. So, government should provide and stuff like that, man. I have a lot of respect for you both. For the sake of time, can you tell us where we can find you? How can they even reach out to you, all these children? Where are you?
I'm on Instagram, John Hall Wellness, or you can contact me via my email, john@johnhallstudios.com. That's pretty much. You know what?
Are you on
the
IG?
type-
Are you
I
on
am.
Instagram?
Yeah, that's Instagram.
It's faster, it's quicker
Yeah.
for them
John
like that.
Hall Wellness. John Hall Wellness.
So at John Hall Wellness.
yeah.
All right. If you're listening right now, that
Yeah.
kid, you want to reach out. If you don't trust me because you think I'm too mean, I'm not really mean. So you can reach out to John Hall Wellness at John Hall
Wellness, yes.
And what can they reach out to?
They can reach out to me on Instagram as well. It's at official_José Santiago Jr. On Instagram. And I also have a website, www.jsantiagojr.com.
Beautiful. So is any of you hiring right now? Because
I am. I need all kind of help. I mean, we can't find nobody to work today. Nobody wants
That's
to
crazy,
work.
yeah.
I need laborers. I need framers. I need carpenters. I need drywallers.
Appreciate that. Well, I want to officially thank you guys for coming to the show. For the viewer, thank you for listening. This is A Boy and His Dream podcast. If you haven't subscribed, please continue to subscribe and share with your friends and family so for you have the opportunity to listen to amazing content that all that radio and TV don't actually show you guys. All right? Until then, take it easy. But I do want to finish up with a quote. All right? Distraction is the killer of dreams. So for you to save your dreams, you must also remove the distraction. Kill the distraction and save your dreams. Have a great day. Until next time. Thank you so much.